welcome and thank you for joining with us in this amazing celebration. Tonight we recognize a moment when Wharton becomes even more distinguished in fulfilling its mission. I'd like to invite President Amy Gutman, Dean Tom Robertson, Bruce Jacobs, Ken Levy, and we'll officially welcome the Jacobs-Levy Equity Management Center for Quantitative Financial Research as an exciting and significant new business scholarship asset in the portfolio of the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania.
We wanted to establish the Jacobs-Levy Center for Quantitative Equity Research because, first of all, we wanted to honor our firm on its 25th anniversary, and second of all, we're a research-oriented firm, and research we live and breathe. That's what we love to do. And so it was just a natural for us to establish a research center.
We chose Wharton as the home for the Jacobs-Levy Center for three main reasons. Number one, Bruce Jacobs and I are products of Wharton. Number two, Wharton is renowned for its finance department, obviously. And number three, Wharton is very influential both in the academic and the practitioner communities, and that was important to us.
The great inventor, Thomas Edison, famously said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Now that adage comes to mind when I think of Bruce and Ken, trailblazers in this scientific field of financial analysis. Ken and Bruce have been described by many as brilliant, as intensely focused, as thoughtful and meticulous. And they are all that, but I would add two more adjectives: committed and visionary. The truth is that these two visionary men were quants before most people even heard of the term. They led the way in recognizing the power of quantitative modeling through their groundbreaking work at Jacobs-Levy Equity Management.
Our research contributions have covered a broad range of topics. We came up with the concept of disentangling security returns, which is looking at market inefficiencies and determining the true sources of security returns. We've done a lot of work as well on long-short portfolios. There are two types of long-short portfolios that we've researched. One of them is market-neutral long-short strategies. These have equal dollars in positions long and positions short, so that the investor is neutral to the market but can make money from winning and losing securities. We also have researched 130-30 type strategies where $130 is invested long, $30 is invested short. And there's a benefit from winning and losing securities in terms of the long and short positions. And there's also a full market exposure to equities. Beyond researching long-short strategies, we've also simulated the markets, and we've done that work with Nobel laureate Harry Markowitz. Beyond that as well, we've looked extensively at different crises and have analyzed the sources of those crises, the sources of the systemic risk that's present.
Finance is so critical and so integral to the Wharton School, and so it's really great to have this wonderful new research center that will help us to continue to create new knowledge that will be of value to the worldwide financial community. Bruce and Ken have also worked very hard with their team to make sure we have the right governance and the right kind of set of rules and procedures to make sure that this research center will indeed be successful.
We would envision the role of the Jacobs-Levy Center at Wharton to be number one, to fund faculty research and also to fund doctoral candidates at the dissertation stage. It will publish a white paper series that will disseminate this information worldwide. And also, very importantly, the center will host an annual conference to bring together academics and practitioners from around the world to discuss these ideas.
We expect that the Jacobs-Levy Center will have an impact on global finance as it's practiced in the scholarship community and in the practitioner community as well.
For 25 years, Bruce Jacobs and Ken Levy have been at the forefront of combining academic research with investment management practice. All right, their work, which is quite voluminous, has been very influential, and the global investment community is better for it. And we're very honored that you've chosen Wharton as the home of the future of quantitative financial research. Congratulations.
Of course,
The investment management world itself has changed monumentally since we graduated from Wharton. Quant has gone mainstream. The gap between theory and practice, between academia and Wall Street, has been disappearing at a fantastic rate. But there's still a lot of territory to explore. We feel as though we're funding the Lewis and Clark expedition. Innovation and a thirst for knowledge have been driving forces behind us and our firm. The purpose of the Jacobs Levy Center is to spur idea creation and innovation that will have a beneficial impact on finance as it is practiced in the investment and corporate communities. The ultimate goal is the improvement of everyone's financial well-being. Thank you.
Just as much as research pushes practice, practice pushes research. The main mission of the Jacobs Levy Center is to generate ideas, because in this virtual world of today, ideas are the critical capital. And because great ideas have great value, we have established the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize for the best ideas in innovative finance.
What inspired us to create the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize is seeing the impact of our own innovations. As a research-oriented portfolio management firm, we've had a number of innovations which have substantially impacted practice. We've established prizes before. We established the Bernstein Fabozzi Jacobs Levy Awards for Best Paper in the Journal of Portfolio Management. However, the Wharton Jacobs Levy Prize will be very different because it's a prize for a very substantial innovation that affects practice. It's not just a prize for best paper in a journal, but instead it's a prize for innovation that can make a difference in financial well-being.
We hope and we believe that in time, the Wharton Jacobs Levy Award will be the most sought-after award in the financial world, and that the recipients will form an elite group of scholars and practitioners who have had a transformative impact on finance. Thank you. 50 years from now, I hope the Jacobs Levy Center at Wharton will host a celebratory dinner, and I certainly hope that Bruce Jacobs and I will still be around to attend.
And I hope that dinner will host scholars and practitioners who have made a significant difference, who have participated at the Jacobs Levy Center and have either studied there or taught there, and that beyond that, that it would also include those who have won the Jacobs Levy Prize for significant innovation contributions that made a difference in practice.
It's unambiguous that Bruce and Ken have been successful. They've had a business that's been running very well for 25 years. They've done research relating to derivatives, transaction costs, short sales. They've done excellent work in terms of empirical research on various topics. Many of these topics, many people in this room have worked on, involving the performance of small firms versus large firms, or calendar day effects in terms of returns, value effects, sort of everyday terminology in the academic finance community. These guys have worked on it. What I want to do is I want to first thank them for their service to the investment management community. I want to thank them for setting very high personal standards for their research. And I want to thank them for the gift they made to the Wharton School, and tell them that I'm looking forward to working with them into the future. Thank you very much.
We very much look forward to the remarkable research that will be created at the Jacobs Levy Center.